Welcome to my kitchen, y'all. This is David Locke, and this is my blog, Boots and Bow Ties, about everything cooking, gardening, and kitchen. And today I'm going to teach you how to make one of the best blackened salmon tacos you've ever had. So many people have told me this is the favorite thing they've ever eaten that I've cooked. And the first thing we need to do is we need to create the rub for the salmon. And I feel like a mad scientist here with all of my powders. So let me show you what all of them are. So first you want to start with a tablespoon of paprika, a teaspoon of chipotle pepper, and I love chipotle pepper. It adds a smoky heat. And chipotle peppers are actually jalapeno peppers that have been allowed to become red, and then they crush them after they're dry. Then we've got a teaspoon of thyme, a teaspoon of cumin, a half a teaspoon of onion powder, a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of sea salt, and then a quarter teaspoon of pepper. So what we're going to do, we're just going to put these simply all inside of a dish. We're going to stir them up, and then we're going to put the rub on the fish. I have my beautiful salmon fillet here, and I'm just going to take a little bit of olive oil and pour that over my fish. I've washed my fish really well, and I've patted it dry. And now what I do is I take a pastry brush and just sort of brush that olive oil all over my fish. And you want to let it sit for just a little while with this rub on it. Pan. You can cut it in as many pieces as 4 pieces if you need to get it in your pan, because we're going to start it skin side down on the oven, on the stove top, and then we're going to finish it in the oven about the last 10 minutes. So we're just gonna let this sit for about 10 or 15 minutes. And I know you feel like you're really putting it on thick, but trust me, it is the best salmon you've ever had. Let me quickly give you a handy dandy helpful hint. If you're using tomato inside of a dish, in this instance we're using it inside of our tacos, and I've cut just a little bit of tomato here, and I don't have access to homegrown tomatoes because of the time of year. I bought the best Roma tomato I could find, and then I've diced it up. But one thing you can do to make your tomato taste a little bit better is simply put a little bit of sea salt on top of the tomatoes, along with some freshly cracked pepper, and basically macerate the tomato in the salt and the pepper. We usually think of maceration involving fruit and sugar, but you can also do the same technique with salt and tomatoes, and you'll find that your tomatoes will taste so much better. My fish is in the refrigerator with the rub, and it's sort of marinating in that rub. So what I'm doing now is I'm preparing all of the filling and the garnishes for the taco. So we talked about the tomato. Limes are wonderful to serve with this taco. They make a great garnish, and you can just simply drizzle them with a little bit of lime. A little bit of fresh cilantro, if you like it, is wonderful. Sour cream, and then just some romaine lettuce that you shredded. Next, I'm going to show you what really makes this dish sing, or anytime you make tacos, and that is making sure that you heat and butter your tacos. You will not believe the difference with a buttered tortilla. I've got some butter, and I'm getting ready to butter my tortilla. I've got my flour tortilla, and I'm just simply going to go in there with my hand and allow that to warm. And then after a few moments, I will flip it. The tortilla is beginning to bubble up, so now we know it's probably time to turn. And you can see it's beginning to get a little brown. And after it has a nice brown color, I'll just simply remove it to a plate, and then I'll put a towel underneath. To start our salmon, we're simply going to start with about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and we're going to start with our pan on medium heat. Our oil has gotten nice and hot, and now we're going to put our fish down, skin side down, into that oil and cook it without moving it for about 3 minutes. Then we'll put it in the oven to finish. My fish is cooking away on the stove top, and I've preheated my oven to 400 degrees. I want to tell you about this. This is called avocado tomatillo salsa, and it's available in the ethnic aisle of most grocery stores, and it is wonderful to use as a garnish on this particular taco. I had a wine dinner for charity some weeks ago, and I actually served these as street tacos, and I found these really cool Mexican platters and served this with a very colorful root vegetable slaw using radishes, beets, and carrots. That really was a nice counterpoint to the heat of the taco. But if you can find something like that, it really makes it a lot of fun. And I love, again, this tomatillo sauce. Our salmon's been cooking on the stovetop for about 3 or 4 minutes. Now we're going to remove the entire pan to the oven at 400 degrees and let it cook for about 7 to 10 minutes based on the size of the fish until it's done and flakes nicely. The fish has been in the oven about 10 minutes. You can see where I've checked it before. And now I'm just going to check it again. And oh, that's perfect. Now we're just going to tin it for about 5 minutes. And then we will assemble our taco.